No two NFL teams have played more often than the Bears and Packers, and we're underway from Lambeau. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So here are the Bears. Now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 6'2" QB out of North Carolina, former number 2 overall pick. It's Mitchell Trubisky. They go play action. Trubisky, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
22 yards there, a first down.
Let's go.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. The connection made. It's Graham. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Now it's Trubisky. And Graham's got it. Complete. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive.
Could not have scripted it any better. And many offenses do script their opening possession on offense. They followed that one perfectly. Took the ball right downfield and scored, giving energy not just to the offensive unit, but to their team overall.
A drive that time of 6 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So now it's the Packers' turn to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
So pinpoint, so accurate. Sometimes we forget just how good he is. We start to take him for granted because he always places the ball exactly where it needs to be for his receivers.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he hits his target, the tight end Lewis. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And now the offensive starters for the Packers.
It's tough to be an offensive lineman in Green Bay because their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, knows how to keep plays alive and often extends them for 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds. But David Bakhtiari, his left tackle, he does it as well as anyone could ever expect. Excellent footwork, knows that the plays are going to stay alive for a long time. Often will get 2 or 3 blocks on the same play.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end.
So you got
And here are the Chicago defensive starters.
Robert Quinn gets to the quarterback as well as any defensive end in the league. A lot of it goes back to his high school wrestling background. He understands leverage and hands as well as anyone.
Push him back. Push him back.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. That one good for 33 and a first. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go. 318. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. The sack by Robert Quinn.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, 29 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Let's go.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down. Trubisky. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there. 3rd down here. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he's got Miller. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the first down to go along with it. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. First down, a run with Cohen. And an alley to run. And down inside the 15 he goes. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Jimmy Graham with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears have taken the lead. So they've had 2 drives, and he's had the 2 receiving touchdowns.
And how about a game plan where you decide to force feed or feature someone, and it works? First 2 drives, as you noted, end up in touchdown. Passes. I think they're going to keep going to him until the defense makes any kind of an adjustment.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This will be fielded at the 8. And a great return. Solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Working from the gun. Rodgers. He's got Lewis. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. To throw, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. And he gets his approaches complete. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Rodgers to throw once more. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. And again, it's Rodgers. Got a man open, it's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. 2 yards on the touchdown there as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, where they want to let their return guy touch it.
The point after through the raindrops. Up and good. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get into field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now Trubisky. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Chicago. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky as his guys are able to regain the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. Extra point safely through. And the lead is now 21-14. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe.
Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome, everyone, to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. Back and forth, we win in that first half. This has certainly been an entertaining one to watch thus far. So let's get right back out to it as we'll rejoin our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And last time wasn't they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 down at the 33. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Rodgers now on first down. Touchdown, Packers. Devin Funchess there to make the grab as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Crosby with the extra point. And we are tied at 21. So that drive, 4 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he nearly broke that for more. But as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Trubisky. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 45-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now it's Trubisky. This is caught by Robinson. And he's taken down inside the 30. 16 yards is the pickup there on a first down for Chicago. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well run route.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Jimmy Graham there to make the grab. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter.
And that third counter there gives them the lead, and it's obvious they've needed everything that he's given them today. The 3 touchdowns, that's impressive, but without him, they're not winning this game.
So the drive there took 6 plays, and the end result is a Bears touchdown. This is taken near the 13. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
On first down, Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdes-Scantling. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. From 13 yards out, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do with good field position. You make the other side pay when you don't have far to go for the score.
The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good effort on the return there gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They try again with Cohen. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. On first down, Cohen. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. They'll run on second down with Cohen. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, his second touchdown of the night. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now, on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. So Aaron Rodgers and his offense down by 7, a minute 12 to go. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up first and 10. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Back to throw, Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep down, and that's caught inside the 30. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
The receivers have been running them ragged, maybe some tired legs in the secondary, maybe some tired legs in the pass rush. Didn't get to him, and look what resulted. A touchdown, tie game. They've got a chance to take the lead.
And oh, he missed it. No good, and they'll remain down by a point. Time definitely of the essence now, just under a minute to play, and here we go. And this is going to be taken in by the Bears, and it appears they're going to win this game. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
180! 58 right there. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this.
Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a one-point victory.
And how about this finish? Able to take a knee, run out the clock, and close this game out by 1 point. You talk about how many coaches we talked to? They all said the same. All I want to do is win by 1 point. That got tested in this one.
Yep, and that cliche rings true. A single penny separates this one.
Look. Watch in. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
And Trubisky down to a knee, and that is all she wrote. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And I tell you, these division games, never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game like this too, don't you? Because you got to stay with it, right? You got to stay with it. You got to stay locked in. It's our type of a game. And you just mentioned it. Division game, on the road, tight, and they find a way to win it. Way to hunker down, as my old coach used to say, and find your way through.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Lambeau, good night, everybody.